is going to be quick. So let's jump in. Cinderella, there is no need to be embarrassed. You can rest now because you are going to be starting $1 million reset. Whoever I'm speaking to, you have grown up in a way that is very close to how Cinderella was treated. So when I say Cinderella, I don't just mean my divine feminines, I also mean my divine masculines that have been treated poorly growing up. And so I want you guys to understand that there's no reason to be embarrassed for the way that you were treated, for the way that you were raised, for the way that the odds were stacked against you. It's just like we've always tried to be optimistic growing up, and now as we go through upheavals and challenges and dark night of the soul, this Saturn retrograde also that's going on, there could be a lot of things that are bubbling to the surface that you're realizing that you need to deal with. So we're going to talk about that. Okay, so I'm going to say the title again: Cinderella, my divine feminines, my divine masculines. There's no reason, no need to be embarrassed or ashamed for the lack of support that you've had most of your life or in your earlier life. You can rest now. Whoever I'm speaking to, you can literally rest now. And that is something you're really going to be learning how to do. You normally have this $1 million hustle. Okay, you guys always have this $1 million hustle. Think about Cinderella going through all the things that she was going through and still like sweeping, singing, cleaning, sewing, doing all of these things. This $1 million smile, this $1 million hustle. And now you guys are starting to see that, oh my gosh, there's birds singing as I'm saying that. That's like such a huge confirmation. Thank you, Holy Spirit, that you guys deserve this $1 million reset. You're probably on an extreme amount of burnout or exhaustion or just being in this stagnant, how do I explain it? Feeling like you're at a stalemate or the Two of Swords. Okay, you guys could be feeling like you have to make very important decisions right now, but you know that you have to choose. You don't know what to choose yet. You just know that you have to choose something. And that could have you like freaking out. You're trying to dust it off. You're trying to think it away. You're trying all of these things, but maybe what is needed is this $1 million reset where you're just on this middle ground. You're just on this middle path. You're not doing the most, you're not doing the least, but you are just chilling. Okay. Cinderella's got to chill, unfortunately. And that might be hard to like even wrap your brain around. You're like, I got this $1 million hustle. I don't know how to chill. There is no chill button. There is no autopilot. What the frick are you talking about? I know. I know. I know. I thought, how am I even going to write this? I don't even know. So then I started pulling cards because I'm a very visual learner. And I was like, okay, I get it now. You guys feel like you are in debt or indebted to service. Okay, you guys could work in sales, you could work in the service industry, you guys could work in hospitality. Wherever you guys work, you are good at bringing the collective around you or people around you, and you could be an empath, a star seed, a light worker, chosen, a star messenger of some kind, and you just feel like, I should just serve. I should just serve. I should just be this healing, activating machine to save the world. And something you're going to be realizing right now, bestie, is we can't save those people. We can't, or not those people. That's not how I should say that. Let me reverse. We cannot save everybody. We can't. Let's talk about that. Okay. Welcome everybody to this live stream. If you are new here, I'm your bestie on the internet. Let me reintroduce myself. I am your spiritual advisor. I am your cosmic cheerleader. I forgot what else I am. But you know, bestie. I'm all the things, okay? I'm all the things. You guys can fill in the rest because my brain is like... You ever like go to get some caffeine? or coffee and they completely messed it up and you're just like, I already drove away. So, and then I go to look in the fridge and I'm like, oh, I don't have any Red Bull. Oh, well, I'll get some later. And I'm just like, what the frick? What the frick? So I went to get this coffee today, and it's a coffee I haven't gotten in a long time. And I was like, hit me with the 4 shots of espresso. I need it. And I don't know if it's like the oat milk because I don't really like milk. I don't know if it's, but I love ice cream. I don't know if it's because they forgot the freaking brown sugar. I don't know if it's because they forgot the caramels. I don't know. They forgot something because it's not sweet enough. And I definitely like my coffee sweet. So I'm just kind of like, I'm drinking it, but because I'm not going to waste it, obviously. But I'm just like, oh, I think I'm just going to start making my coffee at home. I'm just going to start making my espresso shots at home. But anyways, it's not about me right now. It's about you. You guys are realizing that you don't have to be of service to everybody because not everybody is ready. Not everybody is ready. They're just not. You guys grab whatever you be smoking on, sipping on, snacking on, because I'm going in and I'm going to try to make it lickety split. Okay? Hi, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hi, Kyrie. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Alexis. Hi, Star. I just was looking at your message, Star, on Patreon. Thank you for being a support system on Patreon. Thank you, Wolf Banks. My favorite bestie on the internet. Duh. Jared. Mia Lynn. Let's see. Elect One. Shanice, Brown China, Escape Goat, Renee. Just thank you, all of you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Okay. We can't save everybody. Think about it. Do you think that Cinderella could save her stepmother? I mean, really think about that. I'm sure she wanted to. She was turning cheeks. She wanted to kill her with kindness. Had a little sprinkle of hope. Had a little twinkle in her eye. Where did that get her? Nowhere. Because that represents almost double energy, but we're not even going to get into that. But do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure she would have loved to have been close to her stepsisters. But that didn't work. So we cannot save everybody, especially family. So there are friends, bestie, for those of you that have already walked away from family, there are friends that you consider family. There are people that you are dating that you consider like your family. And as you're looking at certain people around you, you are having to make a very important decision because you are in love or supporting the idea of who they can be. I really want all of us to think about that. How many people do we have in our life right now where we see their potential and we see that they could be this most amazing person, ball of sunshine, and we believe in them. That is why we're healers. That is why you are here, because you believe in people like that. And the problem is these people do not believe in themselves like that. Truly. They're kind of like trying to be around you, like trying to live up to your potential, trying to live up to your idea, even like pump faking you, but they're not there. And one of the things that's coming to mind right now is that reel by Megan Fox, where she's talking about, I mean, obviously it sounds like she's talking about Machine Gun Kelly, being in love with the idea of someone, like of who they could be. And sometimes, just like Megan Fox, we make a whole spectacle of what we think they should be. Oh my gosh, we drank each other's blood and it was awesome and we're twin flames and da-da-da-da. But then he goes to talk and he doesn't know shit about anything about her and she knows everything about him. And you just see or feel sorry for this person because we've all been there. We have all been there where we're like, they're amazing. Can you guys not tell how awesome they are? And we are in love with who we truly believe that they can be. But unfortunately, we are going to be closing some books on some people, not everyone in your life, but people where they are not pulling their weight. You guys have some people around you, maybe just a couple of people. You guys will know how many and who they are, of people where we have given them chance after chance. There's either a level of disrespect or a level of inconsistency or both. And we just keep giving them the benefit of the doubt and the benefit of the doubt, but it's only hurting us. It's only hurting our self-esteem. They're just already rocking at their low vibration, and we're just like, oh my gosh, like they don't get it. They're just breaking me to pieces, and they just don't understand. And it sucks. I know this firsthand. This sucks. I make this mistake all the time. Okay, I make this mistake all the time. I fall in love with friends. I have this unwavering loyalty. It's one of my faults. I'll be the first to admit it. And I bring them in and I put them on this pedestal, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, they could be the most amazing thing ever. And then they just don't ever do it. They're just not giving. And I'm giving. And then I'm like, oh, this is only going to destroy me. It's not even going to phase them. Because not everyone is at that part in their life or their path. And we cannot be the judge, the jury, and the person that wakes everyone up. They have to want to wake up. Now, part of the problem is I try to encourage youth. I know. I try to encourage those that are younger than me, a lot younger than me. That is not easy to do. My husband is the same, but more of like on a coaching aspect. And so I almost feel like he's kind of better at it than me. Nah, we might be the same. We just have different methods. We both try to encourage the youth. It's going to make me emotional. Why is it making me emotional? I think it's just because we didn't have that when we were their age. And I think there's a part of us that just like wants them to see like, you are not trash. You're not garbage because your mother says so or your father says so, or you're getting bullied at school. You are valuable, but sometimes people are not ready. We've all dated somebody like that. We have friends like that. We have siblings like that. And how many of us have tried to repair our family? You guys, I tried it for over 20 years. I tried to be this person in my family. I found out the hard way and that I failed miserably, but it wasn't my job. You feel me? Life Purpose, thank you for your donation. It wasn't my job to repair everyone, inspire everyone, heal and activate. They weren't even ready. And some of them don't even care. How many of us have had family members like this, had friends like this? If this is you guys, this is your message. I want you guys to drop your castles down below. You're still going to get this bag. You're still going to get this castle. You're still going to get this $1 million reset. You're still going to be going from the pit to the palace and without doing the most. That is what you're learning how to do right now, bestie, is you're learning how to not do the most. And so I feel like part of the problem why it's so hard for me to dust it off is I believe in the youth being better than what's going on. You feel me? But they just are not equipped. If you guys have teenagers, you know, okay? If you guys have teenagers or children in their early 20s, you guys already know what the frick I'm talking about. It is hard. It is hard in today's economy. It is hard in the way that social media is to encourage our kids to not want instant gratification, to not be around bad people, to not care about views, clicks, likes, TikTok, to not care about overconsumption or all the wrong things, and, you know, dimming down their self-worth. It's so hard. And I feel like because my husband's been doing this longer than me, He has like a more successful rate. He sees that there are people that want this and they are drawn to him. And for me, I'm like, oh, let me help you. Wait, let me save you. Let me help. I can help. Do you need a hug? Like, and I've had to learn the hard way that I cannot do that for my family. I cannot do that for my family. And I cannot do that for everybody I work with. I cannot do that with just any old body. I just can't. And because he's been coaching longer than I've been an empath, because he's been coaching longer than I've been a light worker, he just has it down to a science of how to build people up. But he can also still make the error of putting somebody on a pedestal and then their head gets so inflated. I watch this as he's coaching. You know, the star player gets their head is like this big. And then they end up disappointing him so hard. So hard. And I feel that same way when I bring in a friend. I've been disappointed by many friends. That's why I'm very, very particular. And I've gotten so much better. So, thank you, God. I've gotten so much better choosing those friends. And it sucks because it's almost like every couple of months, it's like a cutoff season. Or once a year, it's like I got to clean the slate again, unfortunately. And it's because I'm evolving, it's because I'm changing, and it's because I'm trying to elevate. And not everybody's ready to go with me. And that's what you guys are seeing. You feel like it's the end of this book. You're like, oh my gosh, this book is over. I'm going to have to tell this person, like, this isn't working. And it's either because they are disrespectful or they are inconsistent. I've been kind of telling you guys a little bit about this, that I've been feeling this energy of you guys having to choose between people you collaborate with and yourself. And so you guys see value in them, but they don't see it in themselves, and we cannot want it for them more than they do. Okay, say you're dating a Bobby. Okay, and Bobby's like, you're gonna be the only one. I'm not a fuckboy anymore. I just love you so much. You've changed me. All that crap. And you be believing it. And then they're just like, they do the same crap. They end up doing the same crap. And we just want to believe that they're just not going to do that because we've seen so many other things in them that are signs that they have it in them. They are not tapping into their self-worth, their value, their consistency, and it can be really frustrating. Really, really frustrating. And so this week, you guys are moving from a place that is rigid because maybe a lot of these things have started to harden your heart a little bit. Like, oh, can I not trust my intuition? Like, what is wrong with me? That is not what is wrong with you, bestie. That is not what's wrong. You are just in a state of elevation, and it's just moving along a lot faster than I feel like you're used to. And I feel the same for myself. Like, I felt like maybe I just cut everybody off like every 1 to 4 years, maybe once a year. I feel like now I'm doing it like once every 6 months. And you're giving people enough time to really show you what they're made of. If they're using you, if they're going to deplete you. And right now I feel like you guys have people around you that were really consistent coming out of the gate. And now it's like at a decline. You're just like, wait, what is this? What is this? This is like having a student that gives you A+ work, and then all of a sudden they're getting D's, and you're like, okay, in May, we got D's, okay. In June, we got D's. Oh my gosh, it's the 1st of July, and they got an F. But they're telling you, oh no, it's going to be different. Oh my gosh, I've just got to get this done, blah, 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 blah. I've got a plan. And you have faith in them, and you hope, but you know. And I really want you guys to understand the fact that you know is your discernment, and you need to trust that. You need to trust that. I feel like part of the burnout that you guys could be experiencing right now is not just from overexerting yourself and overworking yourself, it's also from the people around you that cannot ever be that person or even live up to that expectation. I feel like that is having a big effect on your self esteem. Whoever this message is for. Okay, whoever this message is for, I feel like you believing in certain people is having an effect on your self esteem, whether you want to admit it or not, because you could be collaborating with them and it could be financially draining you, financially depleting you. And there are certain blocks that you're having to work through right now that you're really having to address. There's certain limiting beliefs that you are really having to look at right now. And so the clock is like being slowed down, like, hey, we're getting ready to elevate and we got to look at this. It could be the fact, one thing that I got strongly was that money is hard to obtain. That obtaining money has to be hard work. That could be your main mental block because, you know, maybe we were taught that you can't make money off of social media. You can't make money being artistic. That's not a thing. Okay, maybe that's how you were raised. Or maybe it's discouraged in your friend group and you're like realizing that you need new friends. Either way, there is a majority of the collective that has this buried deep down, money's hard to obtain. I've got to work really hard to get it. It doesn't just land on the table. I would love to say that it does, but it's a block. The other block is us always being in service to others instead of them being in service to us. It's like being a gift giver. Like you maybe have the love language of gift giving and you're like, oh, I love getting presents from my friends, but then you're realizing nobody's ever gotten you a stinking blinking present, let alone a discount or a coupon or in anything. So maybe you're at this state of mind where you're like, you wrapped a gift for somebody and you're like, wait, no. And this would be something that you would probably never do, but it's something that you might start doing to retrain yourself, to recalibrate yourself. Like, yeah, I was just going to take this gift to them, but I've been taking gifts to them. So take this as a metaphor and actual, like as physical. This is like saying, I'm going to take this present to Susie and then realizing, you know what, Susie's not even going to appreciate it. Why am I setting myself up for failure? Think about that. When we give a present to someone that we've tried giving them a present before, and that's the worst, when you give a gift to somebody and they're just like, they don't even receive it well. They're just like, thanks. And they stash it over here. And then you're like, that's going to just collect dust. Like, and that hurts when you give somebody something from your heart. And you guys do this with healing and activating, training, teaching, coaching. You do this with the love that you share, the messages that you share. You do this with actual physical gifts. You do this with actual money and investments. And whose self-esteem does it affect at the end of the day? Us. You. The collective. Us. Lord Key, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you. We are a warrior, and we are learning what these seasons look like, okay? Maybe we're like always trying to play it hard, and then when we're around other people that we care about, we turn into this ball of mush. Like, let me shower with them with love, and then they'll understand their worth. Let me tell them every day, and then maybe they'll see their worth, and they just don't. The same way that we're giving them this gift, it's the same way that we're complimenting them, draining our resources, draining our finances, and they're just not understanding what we're really trying to do for them. So think about it. It's like when we're raising children and they don't understand what we be going through. They don't freaking understand. They don't get it, and they don't appreciate it. They don't appreciate it until they're older. And so that is what you guys are having to see with some of the people around you. Like, they are not going to appreciate this until I take a step back. So some of you guys are choosing to take a step back And some of you guys are choosing to walk away. I don't feel like everyone's walking away. I feel like a lot of us are taking a step back, like, hey, like this, I need a break. And then some of us are like, you know what, this just isn't going to work. And you will know. Trust your discernment. But do not doubt the fact that you have given these people the benefit of the doubt over and over and over again, and they have proven to be inconsistent. So don't carry that burden. Okay, Cinderella be carrying enough. You don't need to carry that burden for them. And so that's what you're really going to be rectifying right now is your self-esteem. And that is why you're on this $1 million reset, not this $1 million hustle. So affirm it below. I am ready for this $1 million reset. And this is where you are going to be floating right in the middle, somewhere that is very uncomfortable for you to float. It is doing that shadow work. It is just dealing with certain blocks, certain challenges, addressing certain things, not doing too much and not doing too little, and just doing you. You're just going to be doing you in the best way possible. If you guys watched House of Dragons, you know where Damon was having these like weird visions. They weren't dragon dreams, but they were just visions. These visions represented things that he has not dealt with. What we are being shown right now by the people we are dealing with around us are the things we have not dealt with yet. It is plainly showing us the things we have left unsaid. Like, hey, I actually don't like this. I actually don't feel appreciated. I actually don't like any of this. I don't know why I said that I did. I'm actually carrying some resentment. It is showing us the things that we have left unsaid. It is showing us the things that we just haven't really dealt with. You feel me? And it's crazy that like Damon, who is like the villain or one of the villains in House of Dragons, doesn't ever really like to deal with his ish. You know what I mean? And some of us are that way. Some of us are that way. We're like going, and doing, and we don't know how to stop and deal with our own ish fully. I mean fully. And so there are some hiccups or some snags in the road that are popping up because we just really got to deal with those one or two things. Letting people take advantage, believing in the idea of them, and the one or two limiting beliefs that have really been throwing a wrench in our self-worth lately. Do not be embarrassed that you can rest now. Do not be embarrassed that you have to trust your discernment and take a step back from people. Do not feel bad. You're like, oh, I can't just like rest. People are going to be like, what the frick? No. Yeah, you're going to be doing that. You're seeing that you need to do that. You're seeing that you need to take a different approach. And that's hard. That's not always easy. For some of you guys, it could be resting or resting from certain ideas. Maybe you guys are an entrepreneur and you need a break. Maybe you guys have been doing certain obligations and you need a freaking break. Wherever you've been in service of others, you need to be in service of yourself more than ever. That self-love campaign, I know it's super like and like woo-woo, but like hello, here we are. It's so important that we don't just talk about it, that we actually be about it. So you are about to weave a completely different vibration for yourself because you're realizing that when you are around others, you are rocking at a lower frequency. When you are around the people that you see their worth, but they don't see it, you are in fear or anxiety, or you're worrying and you're like, well, that ain't the vibration of me manifesting anything that I desire, because I'm going down this way. I'm not going up. I'm going down. And you're really going to start tapping into your strength in a very different way, because this is uncharted territory for you to blossom. It is the middle ground and chilling. and not feeling bad about it, that you need rest, that you need this $1,000,000 reset. The challenges that have been brought before you are because you have a very high calling. And some of you guys are exhausted, and it's time to just tune into your body. And some of us don't listen to our body. I literally heard something today. How many of us get salty or snappy with our body when we're going through stuff, and we'll be laying in bed at night, like knowing we need to go potty, and we don't go potty. We're just laying there like, I'm not going to do that right now. And our body is like, hey, listen, Linda, listen. We need you to pay attention. Our body, when we are around certain people, is telling us like, hey, they're not listening. They're not getting it. They're still in the hamster wheel of dog shit. We need to back up. We need to stop giving, and investing because they don't get it. Our body is telling us that by the fear, by the worry, by the concern, like, are they going to fuck up today? Or are they going to get it right? And we are just realizing that this is chapter 1. This is not the end of this journey, because we got to do things differently. This does not have to be a climb. This does not have to be anything crazy. It's just us acknowledging that our body is speaking to us, acknowledging that we need to tap into our true strength. It's time to heal. It's time to remove those final blocks. There are like 1 or 2 kinks in this chain that are very strong limiting beliefs that we are going to really look at, like post up, because I got something to say. I am not going to be this $1,000,000 hustler. I am not just going to have this $1,000,000 healing ability and just be burnt out on the side of the road because everyone just took advantage and just took me for a ride. And I just didn't listen to my body, and then I'm upset. We are not going to hold on to that resentment. We're not going to hold on to those blocks. We are not going to hold on to those generational curses, because you have $1,000,000 values in your DNA, greatness in your DNA. So now you're going to be looking at your goat behavior from a totally different window. You feel me? It is time for you guys to remove the denial. Like, okay, I really love them and I can still care about them, but I've got to back up. I need space. I need time to myself. And maybe some of you guys are creatives, or a lot of you guys are creatives, and you've been creating, and you can only create for so long before you burn out. Trust me, I know. Okay? You can only create so much before you just really hit the floor. And so wherever you guys are in denial of, okay, I've been reaching for this fruit and I'm tired. I've been reaching for this fruit and I just need to take my time. Affirm it below. I'm going to take my time. I said what I said. I am going to take my time. I said what I said when I said it. Let me reintroduce myself. Leave a message at the beep. I'm seeing that you guys are going to be canceling plans this week. Okay? Maybe even the next 2 weeks. Maybe these things are coming up because of this Saturn's retrograde. Saturn is in retrograde. From what I understand, it shouldn't be too crazy in July. It should be like more crazy in August. Yay. But we're just going to take it one day at a time, okay? We're not going to jump ahead. We're just going to take it one day at a time, because we know that the rest is still unwritten. The rest is still unwritten. We don't have to. I hate when I get like a shitty horoscope and it's like, yeah, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I'm not accepting that. Okay? Call that denial. I am not accepting that fortune. I am not accepting that shitty horoscope. I will make it better in some way, to where either I have learned a lesson or I've learned something. I'm not just going to accept tomorrow's going to be bad. I refuse. And I feel like that's why I don't tap into horoscopes so often. I feel like when we really graph it all out, it can be a little bit sad Do you know what I mean? And I rather just download messages. No shame to anyone that loves astrology. I'm not good at astrology, so I'm not like knocking it in any way. I'm just saying sometimes when we are mapping out every single crevice, it's like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that. We all have free will. We all have free will. And thank you, Kevin. So you guys are going to be taking your time and you will be listening. Like you're listening to what the transits are. You're listening to what your body is telling you. You're listening to what people are telling you. You are watching people's behavior. You are taking a step back so you can truly observe who really is fake, fraudulent, exposing themselves, but you haven't been paying attention. Okay? I literally saw this morning. Somebody that could have prevented something awful actually almost encouraged it because they didn't say anything. This person's supposed to be real nice. I'm so nice. And I was telling my husband, I was like, he's fake. He's fake. No, he's a nice guy. I'm like, nah, he's fake. I was like, because all that mess just happened and he was watching and he could have prevented it and he didn't. He didn't give you a heads up. He didn't say, oh, hold on. He just let it happen and then fled. Just fled. You guys be really careful with vehicles during this Saturn and retrograde. Okay? Be really careful with your vehicles. Make sure you guys are getting your tires, your oil changes, all of those things, okay? Because it could feel like a Mercury retrograde as well. Just be mindful of that. Make sure that you guys are looking behind you when you're pulling out. Make sure you are checking your mirrors twice, checking your rear cameras when you were pulling out. I'm just seeing a lot of accidents in my downloads, and not necessarily bad accidents, but like fender benders that could be avoided. Okay, so this is like somebody waving to you, right? You're waving to the neighbor. You're like, hey, neighbor. And instead of them saying, oh my gosh, look out behind you, there's a car, they let you hit the car. They don't even warn you. They just watch. And then instead of staying to be a witness, they're like, toodles. This is the type of things that you guys are going to be seeing. And these are the types of things that you guys are going to be observing. Okay? Like if my friend is backing out and I see somebody like pulling up behind them, I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. You know what I mean? Like, hold on. There's a car that's like flying. Hold on. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't just, it's not in me to be like, let me see what happens. What the fuck? Okay? It's not in me to be like, let's see what happens. What? And then as the accident is happening, being like, gotta go. Good luck with that. You guys are going to see people that are scared to fight. They don't have real strength. They're not actually nice. And they are not never consistent. Pay attention to that. You're going to see it clearly. Very clearly. You're going to see people that they're like, oh yeah, I can do this and I can do. You guys have people around you, they act big and bad, but you know what time it is. Trust your discernment. Really. You guys have some people around you that you don't quite trust, right? And you're looking at them like, I want to believe the best in them. They haven't really done anything bad to me, but they've also kind of like not, it's almost like they don't trust you. Or there's something about it where they don't believe you, or they don't, I don't know. There's just like mistrust there. People are going to be showing you very clearly and very plainly while you're in this $1 million reset who you need to keep your eye on and who you need to protect yourself from. Okay? Depending on who these people are in your life. Because their lack of courage, them being a pushover, them being scared to fight, and them being feeble-minded is going to somehow be your problem. Because they do not have the courage to truly stand up. Okay? Let me give you an example. This is like having a best friend that always antagonizes people, right? They're like, I'm not scared to fight. Da-da-da-da, catch me outside. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And a fight actually busts out. And where are they at? They're hiding. They're not fighting. They're not throwing hands. They're hiding. It's the people that act like, oh, they better know that I mean business. Oh, they better know that I said what I said when I said it. They best know. And then you're finding out that they've been playing the fool, that they are the chump that you thought they were the first time. Okay? They were the chump that you thought they were the first time. Protect yourself from them. Okay? But also, as you're protecting yourself from them, there are some things that have to play out that you need to see, that not only shows you God is watching over you and God is protecting you from these clowns, but you need to see who these clowns are clearly. So it's almost going to be like a catch-22 of like, oh, that could have been prevented. But it shows me God's got my back. And it shows me that this person was the clown that I thought they were. And now I see. Okay? I see. You guys are going to be obtaining achievement in a very different way this week. You're not going to be obtaining achievement by reaching like you normally do. Working, sweating, grinding, hustling like you normally do. You are going to be achieving by going slowly, by liberating yourself, freeing yourself of responsibilities, of obligations, doing what you want to do. Whether it's getting away for a day, disappearing for a day, going on a hike, just going to go do what you want to do and not explaining it to anyone. Well, maybe your person if you have children, but you know what I mean. Okay? Not really like explaining to all the people that you feel obligated to explain things to, like, I'm leaving and I gotta get the frick out of here. You guys are going to be tuning in more to your emotions. You guys have been trying to think away, affirm away, think away certain issues. And you are realizing that you have to sit in those emotions. So when I say this middle ground that we've got to like sit in, that's our emotions that we don't really like sitting in. Yeah. That's that self-care little nest that we don't like always sitting in because we're like, well, I mean, the house is not going to dust itself if I'm just sitting in these emotions and just like chilling. There are certain things that we have been avoiding processing. Those things are coming to a head. I do not want you to panic. I don't want you to freak out. It is because you are getting ready to elevate. The way that you are about to vibrate is about to be higher. But because of what you're releasing and who you're releasing, who you feel chained and obligated to, who you feel like you wasted time on or resources. So it's time to move slowly with ease. You deserve to rest. Oh my gosh, the birds are singing again. Literally, you guys, as I was showing you this card, the birds are singing. That is so beautiful. While in our cage, all we can dream about is breaking free and soaring on the wings of freedom. Though when that day comes, it's not always easy to spread out our wings and fly. When we have been in captivity for too long, it changes us and does not end when the cage is finally opened. And so that's something we're realizing, like, okay, I'm free, I'm out here, I'm grown, I can do things. And then we're like, oh, I've got to like heal and repair and fix these beliefs that I have learned while I was in this cage. Just because I'm up out of this cage does not mean that I'm actually free. I am physically free, but I am not mentally free. And so that is what we are going to be working on over the course of the next couple of weeks, is getting out of toxic and abusive situations or relationships where we give them our celibacy or we give them our virginity, or I don't know if there's people that young watching my channel, but you know what I mean. The examples I'm trying to give you. We are realizing that freedom and captivity are a state of mind, not just a temporary situation. Your captivity could have been an abusive relationship or just normal mind framing of the matrix. There are many things that hold us hostage, whether it is someone else or ourselves. The truth is still the same. We need to be rehabilitated and slowly eased back into the wild to be truly free one day. This reminds me of being locked up. Okay, when you're locked up for a really long time, okay, and I mean years and years and years and years, and then you get out and you're like, everything's moving fast. They're like, whoa, people are flying and cars are moving real fast and technology is like way further ahead than you thought it would be. There's all these different things going on that we are not necessarily equipped for. And sometimes it is a lot easier to be locked up than it is to be actually free. When you are used to like a certain structure and a certain regimen and not really having to worry about the things that we worry about in this economy in this day and age, it could be easier locked up. Do you know what I mean? And just because we're out does not necessarily mean that we're free. Does not necessarily mean that we're set up for success. And you are realizing in which one or two ways you still don't feel free. Like you're out here, you're doing things, and you've made leaps. Bestie, you always land on your feet. But you are looking at those one or two things that still hold you back, those one or two relationships that still hold you back, and you're like, I can't hold on to that. I've really got to rehabilitate away from this. Okay, so you're going to be eased back into the wild to be truly free one day. And a narcissist can only hold you captive for years and then decide they no longer have use for you. So they open the cage and say, okay, go fly free. Though your wings feel bound to your body and are much too weak to carry you, when you are used to small spaces, the big sky can be a very scary thing. Okay, so this is like when loved ones, they discard us. Narcissists that we know or loved, they just get to that last stage of the hamster wheel, like, you know what? And they're like, oh, yeah, I love bombed you. I gaslit you. I gave you all the crumbs. Okay? I made you feel like you were crazy. And now it's time to discard you. And you're like, well, cool. I wanted to freaking fly anyways. And then we get out of this cage and we're like, oh my gosh, my wings are like not that big. And then I just am trying to fly. Oh my gosh, the sky is so big. And we can get overwhelmed. And you are going to take your time and know that spirit sees you, God sees you as a fragile, precious little swallow who needs the utmost care. So don't feel like you're going to be in this like floating different area of life that uncharted that you've never really been in and think that no one's going to care. It is so important that you guys do not isolate yourself right now as you are going through this. And obviously, don't tell the people that don't give a shit, but tell somebody that does give a you know what. Like, hey, I'm not feeling the greatest right now, so I'm not really going to put up with a lot because I've been pouring into others. It's time to pour into myself. I need a reset. I'm burnt out. I'm exhausted. And I just am going to be looking after me. But I just really want to tell somebody, like, this is how I feel. That is important right now, and you are valid. Okay, because you are that person for like damn near everybody. You could be that person for somebody at the freaking grocery store. People are and do care for you. Oh my gosh, the birds are still singing. It's so cute. Okay, let me calm down. This is like, I've had technicians not appreciate me before. And I have a friend that's like, you know, there are a lot of people that would love to work with her. So if she's working with you, it's because she believes in you, but she's not going to be able to like wait around for the moon and the stars for this collaboration or this business plan to pan out, which is true. And that I really appreciated that she said that, because you guys could have people in your life that you need to vent to. You need to tell them like, hey, I'm not okay right now. I'm actually kind of freaking mad. I've been pouring into Johnny. I've been teaching Susie this. I've been talking to Bobby about that. And nobody freaking cares. And I'm over it. I'm not going into business with them. Like, this is a joke or whatever it is. And that one friend that gives a you know what, they are going to ride for you. And that is what you need because that's who you are for others. That is who you are for others. Guess what, bestie? There are people, as you are in this uncharted territory, that see you for everything that you are. They know what you deserve. They know what you've been through. You don't have to explain it to them. They understand. That is who you're really going to be observing right now and appreciating. Like when my one friend said that, I really appreciated that because she went out of her way to do that. She didn't have to do that. I just went and vented to her and I was like, I just need to talk to somebody. I'm just a little bit frustrated. I feel like there's no consistency here and I don't even know what to do. And she's like, well, we see things differently. We're business owners. And so, you know, it's just good to talk to somebody else that like gets it. And she went and told others like, hey, you can't just be doing whatever. That's not going to work with her. She might be crying as she walks away, but she will walk away. You feel me? She's like, she might be crying as she walks out the door because she's broken and sad that it didn't work out, but she will walk out that door. She's like, I have witnessed it firsthand. And all the people that she fired last year. She's like, I listened to her, week after week, like, damn, why didn't it work? Like, she's like, she will. She will. Okay, it's like that one song, she will. She will walk away. And I just felt so seen. Because sometimes we feel like we're the bad guy. Do you know what I mean? We feel like, oh my gosh, am I just like expecting too much? And no, because who has their self-esteem a little bit lower than where it should be? We do. And that's not fair. That is not fair. Do you know what I mean? Who is carrying all the weight because we have the resilience and the strength to do so? Us. Us. And we're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that anymore. Like, yeah, I got the resilience. I got the backbone. I'm the whole freaking stinking enchilada. It does not mean I freaking want to anymore. And that's how I feel like you guys are feeling. Like, I'm not in denial anymore. Yeah, I have strength. I have courage. But I'm tired. And I don't got to do it for every old body. Especially the people that aren't appreciating it. And that's what you're going to be seeing. The people that are not appreciating you, or the people that have their hands tied behind their back and are inconsistent, or the people that are even just outright disrespecting you, all of the above, you are going to see clearly. And you are going to know exactly what to do. So if you guys were feeling like this whole last week you were in the Two of Swords, I got to choose. Johnny wants to marry me, but Johnny is a nice person, but they're not the one. Somebody can be nice and they can be amazing, but they can be still the wrong person for us. Do you know what I mean? Somebody could be great and amazing and sweet and have the best intentions, but doesn't mean they're going to be a good business partner. Somebody could be the sweetest person. Does not mean we have to trust our children in their care. Do you know what I mean? That is what you're realizing. Like, I would not trust them in their care. I would not trust my business in their hands. I would not trust my life, my marriage, and my children in this marriage or whatever. You feel me? Take your time, bestie. If you guys hear birds singing at all this week, oh my gosh. If you've heard that at all this last week, whether you're listening to a podcast, listening to content, or just out and about, that is a huge sign that this is your message. So certain illusions and false lights that have been sent here to distract you, you are seeing these things clearly. Like, oh, they saw me. They targeted me. They saw me as a mark. Do you know what I mean? You're realizing that some of these people already marked you. And this whole thing was an illusion. Like, they were trying to make it seem like they could be this person for you. Trust that you can stay in your body. Healing, true strength, and being present. So a lot of this is also about moving past trauma, staying in our own body. When we go through something traumatic, the natural response is to disassociate. This is a mechanism of the psyche to temporarily protect us until we are ready to see reality. A form of self-preservation. Escaping can be part of healing, or escaping can be part of the healing process, though there are also times we need to stay in our own body. If you have the same pain come up over a long period of time and you don't face it, you are escaping. That's what we're realizing. Okay? We are realizing that there were certain pains that just because we didn't go out drinking or we didn't go out partying or we didn't completely numb it, we were still disassociating because we went and overworked ourselves or we tried to distract ourselves. Wherever we tried to distract, it's not working anymore. You feel me? Wherever we tried to not see that people were doing the same old, that is where we're like, okay, I have knowledge of self. And so that's what we're going to talk about right now. Knowledge of self. Your discernment, trusting yourself. You guys represent the fountain of youth. And if you feel like you're the wicked witch shriveling up, it's because you got some dusties around you that don't be appreciating you. You are a treasure. You're going to be going through a lot of realization about what your true life should look like. I love this card. There is a heart above it with a key, and this cup is overflowing. To know yourself is to know true reality. If the mirror is dirty, how can we see anything but a muddy reflection? The more you are clear within yourself, the more you will see people, situations, and reality in general through the eyes of the divine truth. You are seeing the divine truth of people this week. You already kind of had an inkling. You're like, oh, there's something off about them. I don't know, but I'm not trying to judge them. Some of these people, you were even praying for them. There's nothing wrong with that. Some of these people, you were like, oh, they're really going through it. I feel so bad for them. I'm going to pray for them. And then as you're realizing that you've been praying for some people, they've been trying to, like, on the low sabotage you, either because they don't have the strength, they don't have the self-worth to invest or to really be true to you or loyal to you. And you're just seeing this for what it is. You're like, okay, I cleaned the mirror. I see it for what it is. It's fine. We don't gotta be friends. I'm just gonna back up. So we have healer, roots, wisdom. You are the healer. You have wisdom. You are this tree of life. Ooh, I'm hearing thunder. You guys are going to be learning more about rest and play. You guys are going to be learning more about rest and play. So Cinderella, there is no need to be embarrassed. You can rest now. You don't have to have this $1 million hustle 24/7. You can now have this $1 million reset. This is not the end of your book. This is not the end of your story. This is just you starting a new chapter. This is about you being in your body, being present, being still, and being respected. And respecting yourself enough to know when to walk away from people. Like, hey, I know they might mean well, but they're mad disrespectful by, like, doing the least. And I'm good. I am good. Your presence will be felt. And your presence will be missed. Affirm it below. My presence will be felt. And my presence will be missed. We have koi fish, prosperity, good luck, and celebration. As you were getting out of this rigid, I gotta do, go, see, you're going to chill like you ain't never chilled before. You are allowed to rest now. You don't need to be embarrassed about, like, now it's time to really fall into faith. It's time to fall into God's hands. Like, I know you got me. And wherever I'm worrying about money or how it's going to be okay, or if I'm going to make it, if I'm going to make ends meet, I'm just going to trust that I don't have to do that, doing the most and overexerting every avenue of my life. You're over it. And you are looking to get prosperity in a different way by trusting, by having faith. The koi fish symbolizes prosperity, good luck, and longevity, abundance, and perseverance. If koi fish has swum into your life, it is a great sign of fortune is coming your way. So be glad that you didn't stop swimming in the direction of your dreams, even when you felt the current was going against you. Right now, and maybe the past couple of weeks, you felt like the current has been going against you. And you're like, what the heck? I thought this was the way I was supposed to go. You are learning a different way to achieve abundance. Okay, your mindset is shifting. And you're also accepting your divine purpose. You're accepting help. You're accepting more self-care. And learning when to walk away. We have awareness. We have the hawk. Over the last couple of days, you guys could have been getting a lot of symbolization about hawks or even ravens. Okay? Awareness, divine purpose, and discernment. I'm getting a lot of bird energy. We have the cardinal, instinct, confidence, timing. I don't try to hide because I have nothing to fear. I sing at your window, cheer, cheer, cheer. Flashing my vivid red feathers for all of them to see. I am confident and I know who I am. You have a psychic antenna that points up towards heaven. Do not let anybody tell you anything different. It is time for you to be giddy again and childlike and tap back into joy. It is time for you guys to be honest with yourself, that you show so much loyalty to others. It's time to show a whole lot of loyalty to yourself. Tapping back into the sweetness of your life. So you're going to be choosing and figuring out what you're going to be releasing. We also have the robin. You are the messenger that comforts loved ones. It is your time to be comforted. Okay? It might be a little bit uncomfortable as you guys are navigating this new way of doing things, resting, walking away, doing things that you enjoy doing. But it's much needed. Chloe, thank you so much for your donation. Speaking the truth, your messages are so good. Wanted to show some support. Thank you. But yeah, you guys, this is us. We're just always showing others comfort. We're always being that for others. And then somewhere along the way, it started breaking down our self-esteem where we're like, this isn't even appreciated. So I'm going to stop because it's not even appreciated. You guys could be having serious conversations this week because you know now what the missing piece is. Thank you, Celestial. You guys are seeing, tweet. Thank you, Robin. You guys are starting to see, okay, the missing piece is I've been doing way too much for these friends that, like, I can't force them to see their value. Like, I just can't. That is a whole climb within itself. That is a whole climb within itself. You are going to be learning how to sit in your emotions. You are now going to be the warrior of your emotions. Not just the warrior of creation, the warrior of action, the warrior of doing, fighting, defending. You're going to be the warrior of standing in your emotions and trusting God, trusting your abilities, trusting your intuition. We have the mermaid, the womb, the flow, and the patience. You are learning the patience to follow the signs, to listen for the signs. So you're going to be trusting God's vision, trusting the universe, trusting your vision that everything's going to work out for you. Because I'm seeing that someone here is burnt out, restless, overstressed, exhausted, thinks that it's very hard to obtain money, or that money has to be a lot of hard work to obtain. And though you guys are bringing in positive change, recovery, paying off debt, being in spiritual recovery, being in financial recovery, you still have, some of you guys still have this generational curse that like money has to be hard to obtain. And you're like, I don't want that. I don't freaking want that. You guys are going to be attracting new people towards you. People that aren't greedy or possessive or controlling. Like nice people. The people that are going to be revealed to you this week are the ones that are greedy, possessive, controlling, and you guys are seeking resolution, and you are letting go of fear of certain things changing, where you've been holding on, any delayed endings that you've been a part of, or any type of depression. And in the end, you guys are going to be seeing that you deserve good things too. You guys deserve a happy ending. You deserve $1 million victory, $1 million triumph, $1 million success, $1 billion celebration. So affirm it below. I deserve $1 million victory. I deserve $1 million love. I deserve $1 billion friends, or whatever you guys want to say. But you will be creating multiple streams of income by not having to do a lot. So wherever these limiting beliefs still are, you're going to be tapping back into your emotions, sitting in your emotions, and becoming this playful kitten again, where you are walking on sunshine. Thank you, Rachel. You guys will be walking on sunshine again. You will be dusting it off. This is not the conclusion. This is just the beginning. The rest is still unwritten. You know, sometimes we think like, oh my gosh, if I have to cut this person off, they're going to hate me. They're going to hate me. And then we forget about them. We don't even remember their name. You will get there, bestie. Okay. You will get there. You have $1 million strength. You got that in your DNA. Okay, I got $1 million strength in my DNA. And what? I am Cinderella. I can rest now. A lot of us have been told as Cinderella, you know, my divine feminines, my divine masculines, that, oh my gosh, you can't go to the ball. That's not going to happen. You're never going to be anything in life. No princess is ever going to marry you. Yeah. Just leave that for us other people, us other regular schmegular whoever's. You know what I mean? And that is what we have been shown. That is what we have been taught. And that is what we are breaking past. We are breaking those chains. Okay, we are breaking those chains. Okay, let me see if I got anything else for you guys. So what you guys are learning about right now is believing what you see in people the first time. People are really going to be showing their ass right now. Okay, committed to misunderstanding you. And it's just going to make it that much more easier to remove them. Okay, the people that you guys are talking to, it's going to be that much easier. Hi, Virginia. Hi, Monique. Hi, Kirk. Hi, Lucky. It's going to be that much easier to remove them instead of going through this long, drawn-out courtship and whole loyalty thing. You're just going to see like, okay, I don't need to do that. You're going to be focusing on yourself, sitting in certain emotions, focusing on the last couple of limiting beliefs that are rearing their head. Okay, so I'm going to say this example again. If you guys watched House of Dragons and you saw Damien having these visions and these like effed up visions, this was basic shadow work that he had not done ever. Okay? And so it was showing Damon things that he had not dealt with. We are being shown things right now with this Saturn in retrograde, with where or how we are going to be elevating. We are being shown, oh, I got to deal with that crap. That one thing where I think money is hard, and I don't tell anybody, and I don't even admit it to myself that I think money is hard to obtain. But I do see that I be doing that to myself. Whatever that one thing is, that thing is bubbling to the surface. It could be the fact that we believe in others and they don't even believe in themselves. That we fall in love with the version that they have not even yet become. Whatever that one limiting belief is for you, whether it's one or two, that is what you guys are going to be working through. That is how you guys are going to be getting to the next step and learning how to not let your self-esteem be affected by fake friends in business, fake people in love, fake people that are peers or friends. Learning how to not be drained, learning how to not be defensive, because you do not want to be feeling like you're hardened because of the people that you cared about that just never got it together. Okay, the people that we cared about and we invested so much in, and they just never paid the favor back. They just never saw it. They never got it. They never got what we were trying to do by loving them, by trying. And that's what we're realizing, is that we cannot heal everybody. They have to want to be healed. They have to want to surrender. They have to want it. And we're starting to see the people that, like, they don't want it. Okay? You're starting to see where people are a little bit too good to be true. Okay? You are seeing where people are a little bit too good to be true, where it's a little bit shady. Shady business is coming to the surface this week. You're not going to be able to unsee it. Okay, so that's what we were talking about earlier. People that are inconsistent, unreliable, dishonest. They were sus from the jump, but we were like, no, I see this glimmer of who they could be. And then we end up putting them on this pedestal, and we end up disappointed. So disappointed. We've done it in love. We've done it in business. We've done it with friends. Like, no, I mean, I know that they're like this, but I just know they could be better. And so it immediately reminded me of Megan Fox talking about Machine Gun Kelly, us falling in love with that version that they're not even tapped into yet. And then us making this big spectacle of our unwavering loyalty, how we are this unwavering ride or die for the person that doesn't even deserve it. For the person that does not even deserve it, does not deserve this love, does not deserve this courtship. They're not ready. They are not ready. So you guys are going to be seeing where you are incompatible, where you are no longer compatible. Thank you, Whispering Oasis. Where things are clashing, where people are a walking contradiction. This is really going to irk you this week, okay? Because everything's like opposite day with you. If you are normally a workaholic, you're on this $1 million reset. And if you are normally on a $1 million reset, you're going to be on this $1 million hustle. Either way, you don't have to be embarrassed of doing the opposite of what you need to do to heal, to move forward. And anybody that wants to contradict things that they've been telling you, they are a walking red flag. Okay? They are a walking red flag. Like, okay, well, I don't need to waste any more time here because, you know, I'll always be here. Maybe one day they'll graduate. Maybe one day they'll pass this test. They'll see this initiation. They'll see that this is an advancement. They'll see the next step. But you cannot make them see the next step. I try to do this for my family. Like, let me bring everybody together. Let me help everyone see that we can love each other and eat. Fuck all that. They didn't even want it. They didn't even want it. So, guess what? I'm gone. Okay? Graduating in my own lane. Because they wanted to keep me as Cinderella. You're not going to be nobody. We will make sure of that. We will clip your wings. So I got out of there so I could figure out how to fly, how to shoot my shot. And you guys are seeing where all of these things are a blessing in disguise. You are starting to see where the silver lining is, where the unseen benefit, what good is coming out of this. Because right now you guys could be feeling discouraged or sad, like, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay the bills if I rest? Or how are things going to unfold if I don't do this or I don't do that? Like, what's going to happen? And then you guys could also be realizing that friends that don't help, love, support, or truly even invest time in you, where that is draining you or making you feel like less than, and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to worry about me. Filling up my cup, resetting, and just chilling. Not everyone's mess needs to be my mess. It is not our job to heal and activate everybody, especially when they're not stinking ready. Okay, bestie? All right, I love you guys so much. I hope that you guys enjoyed this message. And yeah, Cinderella, all my Cinderellas out there, you are amazing. And you can rest, restore happiness, go back into being playful, staying in your own body, being present. It's a lot about being present in the next coming weeks, or the upcoming weeks, and seeing where certain things that we deal with are a little bit shady or a little bit messy or not for our highest good. And whatever those challenges are, and as uncomfortable as that can be, we are rising to the occasion. You guys could be seeing angel number 1234, angel number 234, angel number 1212, or angel number 333. Okay? And if you guys are, let me know in the comments. Ooh, I'm seeing 420. You guys could also be seeing angel number 420 or 444. I love that. All right, you guys, don't forget to smash the you-know-what. Hit the bell. You guys know the deal. Patreon link is below. All important links are below. And I think that's it. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. All right. So enjoy everything that has been posted. And when we reach 80K subscribers, we will be doing a giveaway. I'm so excited. Thank you guys for all of your love, your support, your likes, your shares, your subscribes. Thank you guys for all of your donations, all of your beautiful comments. Drop your favorite affirmation. Let me know if you watched House of Dragons last night. Let's talk about it. And I look forward to reading how this resonates with you guys and what you're getting ready to do in your life to step into this next chapter without, placing a bunch of blame on yourself and feeling bad for resting or pouring back into yourself. All right. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Toodles.